Some food and beverage businesses often make pricing mistakes that cause their plant based foods to be less successful than they should be. In this lesson, we'll explore how to price the dish such that it is popular and thus successful. First up, avoid surcharging. For example, Starbucks has had non dairy options for many years, but they surcharge to use them. The same happened at Ben & Jerry's ice cream shops, where they surcharge per scoop for their new plant-based flavors. The problem with this is it de-incentivizes consumers and it won't fly off the shelves as a result. The second problem is it is perceived as profiteering on a more responsible choice. For example, healthier or more environmentally friendly or cruelty-free. And consumers wonder why they are being punished for making a better choice. It will lead people to mention this negatively in their reviews and posts. It's just not worth it, and it's even worth absorbing some of the cost to avoid it if you are choosing more expensive plant-based replacements. So as you develop your dishes and options, choose ones that allow you to avoid surcharging. Next, you want to keep it at the same price as meat dishes, or even better, price them cheaper. People inherently know that meat is more expensive than legumes, grains, and vegetables that make up plant-based meals, so they expect that a plant-based meal should be cheaper than one with meat. So similarly to the surcharging, they do feel ripped off if they are expected to pay more or even the same as meat dishes. The only exceptions to these that consumers are more understanding of are the new plant-based alternatives like Beyond Meat, Impossible Meat, etc., as they realize they are new to the market and thus more expensive. But again, even though they are understanding and thus won't be negative about it in word of mouth, pricing these higher will still decrease the popularity and success of the dish. So let's take a look at an example of good pricing at a restaurant that serves meat and plant-based options. Here we see a plant-based option of a truffled mushroom Swiss burger at $21 is cheaper than the chicken and beef burgers underneath. This restaurant's plant-based menu has been very successful, with incredible word of mouth by flexitarians, vegans, and vegetarians because they all feel this is a fair, or possibly even generous in the case of the Impossible Patty, price. Now, of course, your business may have lower price points and smaller margins to work within than this example. So if that doesn't work, try going to a different recipe using different ingredients that allow you to maintain pricing like this. If you are set on a specific replacement that is more expensive and can't make the pricing work that way, make the plant-based option perceived to be of higher quality and worth more than the other. For example, a unique selling point that justifies the added price and still entices the meat eaters. Perhaps this is through more toppings, a larger portion, better plating, etc. If you have a marketing team, they can assist with that as well. Otherwise, you may end up developing a good dish, but it won't be as successful as it could be because it's not at the right price that the consumers consider fair. So the key point is avoid surcharging and price it lower than the equivalent meat dishes. To help keep all of these tips organized with the others, I've added this to the checklist in the appendix of the course toolkit.